Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm coming back to a game I previewed a while back, The Last Lighthouse from Button Shy. Discover that I got a review copy of the final version of the game, as well as the expansion pack. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our weekly podcast for reviews and design discussions, or join the conversation and say hi on our Discord. So if you didn't see my previous coverage of The Last Lighthouse, the basic idea is you're going to be putting out these creatures that are coming to attack your lighthouse, and also these trap cards that can be used to defeat them. Whenever you defeat a creature, you get it as a trap card into your hand to later deploy. But the creatures will be destroying your traps, and they'll be doing damage to your lighthouse, and if it goes all the way down to 0, you lose. But if you can hold out long enough to go through the entire deck of cards and survive that round, you win. But I wanted to show some of the bonuses that come with the expansion, and I was going to play with all of them. So let's talk through what's going on here. First of all, you have some alternate lighthouses, 3 of them, that have different starting life values. Like this one only has 4, this one has 7, one more than normal, this one has 5, but they have special abilities going on. In the case of this one, when I get damaged and cross over these little spots here, I'm going to have to shift some nightmares, those are the monsters that are attacking you, with a trap to its left, which is mostly a negative. So I like this one because it's kind of a little bit extra challenging, at least in my experience, over the regular lighthouse. So that's option 1. Option 2 are these fog cards. You shuffle up the 4 of them, you deal them out in the 4 first spots to the right of the lighthouse. And whenever you defeat a nightmare that is directly underneath one of the fog cards, it gets revealed and resolved. It has a minor effect, but you have to reveal all 4 of those fog cards before you can win the game. If the deck runs out and one of them is still there, you lose. So it adds a little extra challenge and strategy as well. Option 3 are the Terrible Tides cards. Usually what happens is when there is a nightmare all the way right next to the lighthouse, at the end of the round, when the tides change, it will go all the way to the back, which is often a good way to kind of get a troublesome enemy out of the way and make them not really matter that much, and you can even avoid killing them sometimes late game. So what happens with this one is whenever they get pushed by the tides, they get this little tide card added to them. It's going to increase their range, increase their life value, or both. So it makes them a little bit more annoying, a little bit harder to ignore. Like, wow, this guy's range would be 7 to reach the lighthouse. But then additionally, if you ever have to do that, like if a nightmare would be pushed back and you have run out of these cards, then you lose the game. So you can't just kind of let nightmares sit around for too long, which can be a strategy sometimes, just to like fill the front with traps and just have the nightmares sit there and twiddle their thumbs. So that's the Tides expansion. And finally, we've got the Long Night. This is just 5 more nightmares. I already got them in the deck. You take out 2 randomly. So the deck is 3 bigger. The game can last 3 rounds longer, give or take, depending on abilities and such. So yeah, we're playing with all of them. We'll see how it goes. But let me talk through the basics of the game. You pick your difficulty level by determining how many nightmares and traps you'll get at the beginning of the game. So I'm going to play on the second highest difficulty. That's usually where I land, which is with 3 nightmares and 1 trap to start. And you don't resolve any of the when placed abilities. Then I draw a hand of 4 cards. All right, so we've got those to play into the row. And the rest of the deck is what I'm trying to survive going through. And we go right into it. So, turn reference. First, we're going to take up to 2 actions. You can either place a trap or defeat a nightmare. So when you place a trap, you can put it anywhere in the row. You can push cards either way as you do that. And why do you want to do that? Each card has range, so this can shoot 2 cards to its left and 0 cards to its right. And each card also has basically like a durability or health value, 1 to 3 skulls, or for my traps, 1 to 3 flames. So you place traps to get them into range of the enemies, and then when you take a defeat nightmare action, you see how many traps are in range. So here, let me just pick a random one. Let's say that I had this one out. You would see how many traps were in range. Like if I wanted to shoot this guy, this one's within 2, this one's within 4. So that'd be 1, 2 attacks matching their skulls. It would get defeated, and I would take the card into my hand as a trap. So that's the basics of the kind of core mechanics of the game, what you do on your turn. But let's look at the abilities. All these guys have when placed abilities. Actually, all 4 of these have when placed. We don't have to worry about it because you ignore them at the beginning of the game. But some cards will have when placed ability, which means they get resolved when they get placed out. And then others will have when defeated effects. But here we've got this dog who's pretty nasty with really long range, but he's easy to defeat. Yeah, this guy's really hard to kill. This one's not as bad. I mean, the 2/2 is definitely the most annoying one to defeat at the moment. So let's try this one, actually, the one that I was going to play. It says, when placed, all nightmares get -1 health this turn to a minimum of 1. I'm going to put it right here, pushing these to the right. So that's my first action. For my second action, I will attack this guy. So that's 2 traps in range, and his health is reduced to 2 instead of 3 from this ability. So I defeat him and get him into my hand. And now we can't forget the fog cards. Whenever we defeat a nightmare, if there's a fog card directly above them, we reveal it, then we shrink the row down toward the lighthouse. You always do that. And then we resolve its effect. It says move the rightmost nightmare 1 space to the left for each remaining fog card, including this one. Oh, this is interesting. So there are 4 remaining fog cards. So this rightmost nightmare is going to go 1, 2. The other 2 movement is ignored. Then the fog card is trashed, so we now only have to get rid of 3 of them. Okay, so those were both my actions. 1, place a trap. 1, defeat a nightmare. All right, now I go to step 2, which says add a nightmare. So I put a nightmare at the furthest right spot. God, that guy's got long range too. This one does not have a when placed ability, so nothing happens. Okay, then the nightmares attack. So what I do is going from the lighthouse and then to the right for each trap, I find the first thing that the nightmares can hurt. If they can reach the lighthouse, at least 1 nightmare, they'll attack that. Otherwise, we'll look for the leftmost trap that enough of them can attack in their range to defeat. Like if these guys were further back and they couldn't get to the lighthouse, they would try to blow this up if at least 1 of the nightmares was in range. That's how they attack. Here we've got 1, 2 nightmares next to the trap, so we get boop, boop. And with this special lighthouse, we covered up one of these little swap icons, so we have to pick a nightmare who has a trap to its left and swap them, which actually that's fine. That even makes it a little bit easier for us to defeat this guy. Okay, then we go to the tide changes step. And what happens here is we look at the leftmost card. If it's a trap, it gets blown up. It is gone and does not get to resolve its when defeated effects. It's just removed. If it's a nightmare, it gets shunted all the way to the right, which usually doesn't matter. It's actually a good thing, but now he's got a tide thing. He's harder to kill and he's got 4 range. Wonderful. This is not an ideal start, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, and then finally we have the survey the sea step. If we have 4+ nightmares in a row, we take another damage. But we got 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. They're actually pretty well divided up. All right, so I've got the attack to defeat this guy immediately. Ooh, and actually I'm looking at what his effect is, and this is going to be good. So I'm going to go ahead and defeat him first. Oh, shoot. Never mind. Look, when defeating me, not take further action this turn. So if I defeated him, I would waste 1 action. All right, so I'll play a trap out, and then I'll defeat him. I want to be able to blow that dude with his ultra range up, so let's get somebody... Oh, here about this. Choose another trap. When I place this, move it to any other position in the sea. It must change positions. So here, let me zoom out a bit. The card work can get decently long sometimes. So that'll be my first action. So I choose another trap, and I can move it to any other position in the sea. So if I do that, then I'll have 3 things pointing at him. That was 1 action. Second action, I'll defeat him, which means I cannot take any further actions, but I already used all 2. No fog cards, sadly. Oh, crud. Now if he's in range. Okay. I'm totally going to die, y'all. Yeah, sometimes the game ends quickly. Sometimes it doesn't. All right, so then we add a nightmare. No when placed effect. Then, this is so bad. 2 nightmares hit again. So we have to 3 times choose a nightmare with a trap to its left and swap those cards' positions. So 3 times I have to do that. Shoot. 2 times would not mess with me much. Because I could do that... and then that, and I would still have, things that could kill all of them. But then I guess I got to do that as well. And I'm down to 1 life. Great. Then this guy gets shunted away. But okay, at least he got a lot of life, but not any more range, because his range is already pretty crazy. All right, we don't have 4 in a row. But we are in a crisis. This guy will kill us. We only have 1 life. Woo! All right, so this guy I can defeat right now. When defeated, if this is the closest nightmare to the lighthouse, you take 2 damage. Oh my gosh. So I do want to defeat him while he's not the closest. All right, and then I think I have a way to survive. All right, so I'll defeat this guy. And then I don't get any fog or anything. That guy's not too close. This guy's got 4 range. Oh my gosh. Wait, is there not a way to do it? No, I think there is. Where is it? I mean, this would give me an extra defeat and nightmare action, but I don't have enough people in range to hit him. So yeah, this one. When placed, swap any 2 cards in the sea. Select any 2 cards in the sea. You can swap their positions. All right, so if I put this all the way to the left, and then if I swap this with this, then he can't hit me. Something else will get blown up, and my situation will not improve much, but I won't lose immediately. All right, so we do get a new nightmare. When defeated, still, nothing else. There are almost 4 in a row. That's not great. Okay, they attack. So 4 range, so they can hit him, but he's got 2 life. This guy, 4 range, but he's not in range, so they can't kill him. All right, so the first thing they can destroy is this, so that trap is gone. And then, just to make things worse, this is the leftmost card, so that trap is gone. So suddenly, there's a lot of friends in my face with boosted health and not a lot that I could do because these things aren't even in the right position to save me. So yeah, I'm probably going to lose in a second, but that's okay. I mean, I can play this, which makes me get an extra action just to attack this turn, and that's got enough range to hit him. But that's not 3. How the heck am I possibly going to get 3 people to target him when everything is in a terrible position? Okay, wait, actually I do have a way. Somehow. So this one says ranges for all traps are doubled this turn. So actually, you know what, with that being the case, let's do it like that. So that means this one's got 2 range, this one has 2 range, and this one's got 8 range. So for my third action, the bonus 1 from that, I will blow this up. The Tide card just gets discarded. Oh, is this guy going to be too close and he's going to kill me? Are you serious? Gosh, man. All right, you know what? Let's shuffle and deal 1 more. Let's try it again, because this can be a swingy game, as you can probably tell. All right, so here we go. Let's try again. I do have the gain an extra action to defeat this turn. I've also got a bunch of chunky boys, though, who just have tons of life, which is not the best way for things to go. All right, so let's do our gain an extra action to defeat a nightmare. That's 1. Let's defeat the only guy we can. That's 2. And we'll resolve this. Move the rightmost trap 1 space to the left for each remaining fog card. That sucks. I mean, I guess it is going to get somebody not to be powered up, but I was hoping to get several hits with that. All right, so I have 1 action left. All right, how about we try to take this guy out next turn maybe. So I'll go ahead and put that trap there. When defeated, you move another trap into this trap's position, but really I just wanted the good range on it. All right, so this guy attacks for 1 damage. Nothing getting shifted yet. Oh, I need to add a nightmare, obviously. Oh, when placed, move this nightmare 2 closer to the lighthouse. I don't love that. Luckily, he's still not close enough to actually attack. All right, then the attack. This guy can reach, so we go down to 4, and that gets trashed. Very annoying, and we don't have 4 in a row. Okay. All right, so nobody else is going to attack me except this guy. I can let him kind of wash over there. I want to try to blow up one of them. What about this one? I can put it there, because now I'll have enough to attack one of these guys, and then I'll do another one next time, but I'll also have some decent range for this guy when he jumps over. Okay, so second action, none of these have when defeated. Oh, never mind, I can only reach this one, because 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 1, 2. Okay, so I'll just blow him up. It's my second. Oh, I do get another fog. That's good. Or maybe it's good. Swap the leftmost and rightmost traps. Yeah, it's not great, is it? Not great. Well, I mean, I guess this one's going to be nice for the future, but I don't like that I can't hit this guy anymore. Okay, we get a new nightmare. Okay, geez, these guys have a ton of life. There are nightmares that don't have 3 life, sometimes at least. Okay, this guy's the only one who can attack. Oh, so we do have to swap somebody left. Well, let's do that. That's actually fine. Okay, then this dude jumps over, and he's got a billion life. Well, his range is not great. We might just be able to ignore him to an extent, so that's potentially okay. All right. So I got 2 on him. I got 2 on him. So if I can get something out that could hit him this turn and then him next turn, that'd be pretty good. Oh, I do have this guy. If I place him, I can discard 1 card from my hand to regain 2 health. That'll get me back to full. But I also have nightmares do not attack this turn. That sounds pretty good. Well, because let's see. If I blow him up, they won't be able to reach the lighthouse. This one will only have 1 of them. I guess they'll kill that guy, which I don't really want them to do. So yeah, not attacking sounds decent. Although this is a 2-0, so if I put it here to blow that up, it will not help me at all to blow that up later. Oh, here, I'll do this instead. I actually like this effect. When he gets defeated, I'm going to get to do some tricky stuff. But for the moment, I'm going to do it like that. That's 1 action. And then these 3 are in range. I'll blow this guy up for my second action, which does not do a fog. All right, we get a new nightmare when defeated. Okay, then this guy can reach him, but he has 2 life. He can reach him. There we go. So when defeated, I get to choose one Nightmare in the sea, add it to my hand as a trap, and then place a different trap for your hand in the position the Nightmare left. So I just get to swap them out. And I think when you defeat somebody with a Tide card, the Tide card goes away. I don't think it gets transferred to the new person. So that's probably who I want to get. Although that's not really a great trap. None of these are great. But he's definitely the most annoying. Okay, so yeah, let's say we're doing him. And I think, again, that the Tide gets discarded. All right, I have to put somebody else in his place. When placed, all Nightmares get +1 range this turn. That's fine, because they already attacked. And he also has the lowest life. I know this guy has the lowest life. But I want this Nightmare to go into the leftmost spot, because he'll just get boosted. So sure, let's put this guy down. And he has to go there. All right, then that gets discarded by the Tide. We don't have 4 in a row, although we do have a lot of guys. How did I think I was going to kill that guy? I'll have to add somebody, clearly. Should I do the guy that heals me too? Kind of like that. And his range is good enough that... Yeah, why not? Let's push right. So we can get rid of a fog card, although we do have to let somebody get over here at some point. Putting this down. When placed, I can discard a card from my hand. I'm going to get this 0-2 range stinker out. Heals you back to 5. You don't resolve those except when you're taking damage. Then, 2 range. Enough range. We're going to defeat this guy. Oh, whoops. This is directly between 2 cards. Swap those card positions. Actually, that's great because this one has better rightward range, so it gives us even more flexibility. Okay, but we'd have to resolve this. Move the rightmost Nightmare 1 space to the left for each remaining fog card. That's actually fine, I think. Maybe. We'll find out. All right, we add a Nightmare. When placed, move this 3 spaces closer to the lighthouse. Okay, well, suddenly the playing field has shifted quite a bit. Well, at least he has low life. Oh, man, then I wish they could have reached the lighthouse. I just realized they can't. So this guy can reach him, but only he can, and he's got 2 life. They can reach him when defeated. You may move another trap into this trap's position. Doesn't really help me to do that. I'm going to be in a bad way in a second here. Okay, then the Tide changes, and that gets thrown away. That's what has me worried, and we almost have 4 Nightmares in a row. But we're also at full health, but we just have way too many cards with the longer night thing. That tends to happen. All right, what is this? When placed, select any 2 cards in the sea, swap their positions. You may select this trap. Just thinking I want to blow that guy up. This one's range sucks, but it's what I got right now. What if I did like that? And then this guy's more annoying than him. So what if I swap them? Okay, so that was 1 action. And then for my second action, they both have range. So I'll destroy that guy. Oh, wait, I was going to kill him. I guess he's got lower life. So if he goes back there, that's all right. All right. Although I did want to destroy him so I can get rid of the last fog card. But we got some time. Okay, so I'll blow him up for my second action. All right, we add a new Nightmare. When placed, Nightmares attack an additional time this turn. That's not great. Luckily, they're only doing 1 damage or I'd be dead. All right, then, yep, they attack once. He attacks again. I have to swap this guy as my only option, which actually gets him where I can attack him. All right, then this guy goes back, but he's got crazy... Oh, he's still got no health. That was actually great. Getting just a card with range on him is not too much of a problem, although he is in range to attack now. And we don't have 4 in a row. Okay, so he's ready to be destroyed already. Can I get a double kill? If I blew him up, would this dude be in range? I would. Yes. All right, we're doing this. So 1 attack. Oh, wait, when defeated. Select another Nightmare, move it 2 spaces to the left if possible. Oh, that's fine. We'll get this guy in here, which is who I wanted to defeat anyway. And then for my second action, boom. All right. So we have certainly culled the horde quite a bit, although I might be about to lose both my traps, I just realized. If they get somebody with 2 range here to double fire on that guy. Oh, so it goes. Add a Nightmare. Yep, he definitely has enough range. So that's them. Then they can attack him, but they are both in range of him, so he's destroyed, and then he's destroyed by the Tide, and I am feeling a little scared all of a sudden. Well, actually, here we go. So this trap gives me an additional place a trap action this turn, and then this trap makes Nightmares not attack this turn. So that means that was 1 action plus the bonus trap action. Now they're both in range of him. So I will defeat... Who do I want to defeat? Whoever I don't defeat is going to get tided and be annoying. So he says when defeated, if he's directly between 2 traps, Nightmares attack an additional time this turn, which I kind of want to deal with, but I can get him and get the fog. But then he'll get ultra-powered, but he's kind of annoying ultra-powered as well, although he's more dangerous. But I got to deal with the fog at some point, right? All right, so I'm going to blow this one up, which gets us swap the leftmost and rightmost nightmares. Well, that doesn't do much. All right, so we get another nightmare. Oh, that is definitely not the right deck, Mike. There we go. Only he can reach, but it does... Wait, was I at 2 life? Oh, hold on, I got to pause and look at the videotape. I'm glad I checked that, because indeed I was not. I was at 3, so now I'm at 2, which means this guy swaps once. Okay, then he floats back. Ah, man. All right, well, at least his left range didn't change. We did get rid of all the fog, though, and we got some life. I don't have a ton of cards, though. We don't have 4 in a row. Only he... Oh, geez, when I defeat him, I add a nightmare from the deck. Although, no, that does take an entire round off the game, which is pretty dang good. Let's maybe put this dude down. When defeated, regain 1 life. We'll see if that actually happens. Actually, it might. So that was 1 action, and then that's 1, 2 thing. Oh, when defeated, yeah, whatever. I'm going to do it. Okay, so I have to add a nightmare from the deck. But again, that's speeding through the game. That's another when defeated effect. And I think that's about it. So we add another nightmare. We've got 2 cards left. We can do this. Another when defeated, then Nightmare's attack. So this guy's got 3 range, but he's got too much life. They've both got 3 range. Okay. Oh, when defeated, regain 1 health. Okay, we can make this happen. All right, but then we got so many guys. The tide blows up that trap. So they're like all in range, and they only need 1 more nightmare to get an automatic free damage in a second. Oh my gosh, look at these abilities. When defeated, return 1 trap from the sea to your hand. When defeated, rotate 1 trap into a nightmare. Returning 1 trap from the sea to your hand isn't too bad when it's this one that gives me an extra action for placing it. All right, so let's try this. I'm going to place this one out. When placed, you may move 1 nightmare to any position in the sea. I'm going to move this one to here. I might die here. I'm not sure yet. We'll see what happens. Okay, so that was 1 action. And then for 2 actions, I'll blow him up, which when defeated, return 1 trap from the sea to your hand, which means this guy goes back into my hand. So I've got a lot of cards, but not many actions yet. Then, okay, this could be bad. Don't have like 4 range. Okay, he doesn't. So the Nightmare's attack. So 2 of them can reach here, which means I have to do 3 movements to the left. Oh, which means literally it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Well, that's fun, I guess. And then, oh, geez, the tide happens again. So I guess he gets double tided. This seems bad. Yeah, it's bad. That's very bad. He's got a lot of life, a lot of range that I probably can't deal with. Oh, man, we literally have to survive 1 more card, y'all. If we can survive this turn, we win. If I just place 3 traps out, will I survive? Because remember, this gives me an extra place a trap action. Sometimes that's all you can do. And that should be enough, right? That should get them out of the way enough. Ooh, and this one, when placed, you may discard a card from your hand to defeat 1 nightmare from the sea. Oh, well, that'll do it then. All right, so I'm not caring much about where I put them. I'm just putting them in the left. Let's actually give myself a lot of room here. All right, so I'll put that guy down. I'll discard something. I'll blow up this dude. Okay. Then I'll put another trap down, and then I'll put another trap down just to have maximum range. All right, and a new person comes out. They're not doing anything. And then attacking. So this guy can reach him, but he doesn't have enough strength. They don't kill. Okay, so they kill this guy, but that's the only attack. All right, and then the tide doesn't change because I put out a card that says the tide doesn't change. I don't have 4 nightmares in a row. Woo! There we go. 2nd time's the charm. So, quick thoughts on The Last Lighthouse. I think this game is great. I liked it okay when I previewed it. Playing it now with the final version is a lot more fun. Nothing really changed in the preview version. I just think that I kind of appreciate how quick it is to play. This is like one of those games that I just bring into my bedroom and play before I go to bed and such. When you play with 4 nightmares, it's a great challenge. 3 nightmares works pretty well too. Anything easier than that is, too easy for me. Now the game is very swingy. Like there are some traps that I just re-deal if I start with. I'm not sure where it is. There's one that like when you place it, you get to just destroy a trap. It's insanely good. Like you don't have to discard a card to pay for it. You just get to like eat a trap. I think it actually replaces the trap's position. So like, there is some balance weirdness. I don't mind it if it's not in my starting hand, because then at least like the ones that have the biggest powers tend to have powerful enemies to kind of balance it out. So in the end, it is still a swinging game, but it's quick, it's tactically fun, and the expansions are great. The different lighthouses are fun. They can change up your life total. I don't love the one that only has 4 life because even like one big mistake can make you lose suddenly, but the 5 and the 7 one I think are pretty cool. The tide cards you saw are pretty neat. They punish you for just letting monsters go to the back. And I've never lost from running out of them, from just having too many of them. That seems kind of insane to make happen. But they do make the enemies more challenging, tougher, kind of bigger threats, and they sort of change up the threat evaluation game to game. That's pretty cool. And I really like the fog cards. It's not too hard to do them all, but it does just add a little bit of extra thought to the already yummy tactical puzzle of the game. So yeah, this one is awesome. I don't think it'll leave my collection. It's a quick, fun little tower defense game. Takes just a few minutes to play, as you saw from me doing a double play here. And I like it even more than when I originally played it. It becomes more and more of a favorite as I play it more. So yeah, Last Lighthouse, definitely worth checking out from Button Shy. And thanks for watching, everybody. Special thank you to our biggest Patreon supporters, J. William F., Steve Wren, Pedro Lucas, Miles, Casey W., Andrew R., and Chris C. We'll see you at the next stop.